Right. Anybody that objects to recording, better speak now, forever hold their peace. Okay.
I think
Terry's still with us. Terry, I think
he's left us.
a
Okay.
couple of people. If I want to ask the participants that are still here, if you were able to ask Lee Berger one question, what would it be? Over to you guys. Maybe I can say one. I would ask about DNA. You know, they isolated. You know, I think Denisovians. I think they found like a part of a finger bone from one pinky or something, and that was the only bone they had for. And they analyzed the DNA from that. I don't know how many million years old that was, and they decided it was a different species, a different human species, the Denisovians. And of course, they're the Neanderthals and so on, and they're able to say what percentage of Neanderthal DNA there is in modern Europeans and modern Chinese and modern whatever Asians and so on, and how much in modern Africans. I think there's zero in modern Africans almost. But yeah, and those sort of questions, DNA, you know, is there any chance of analyzing DNA from what they've been finding and so on? And he spoke about it right at the end, so I'm pleased to say it looks like we're going to get some news on that side. Anybody else?
Eric?
Go ahead.
Eric, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Terry.
You heard him say there are 150 scientists working on the project, going up to 300.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys are studying ancillary fields.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely sure that one of those 150 people will be working on the DNA side.
Yeah, the fact that he mentioned it, I'm quite pleased. So it's exciting times, as he said. We should get some very interesting info out of that. And I like the way he's saying, you know, asking all the questions. What was the interaction between this lot and the more modern humans? And what was the culture and who made what tools really? And so on.
Yeah.
That culture thing actually is an extremely interesting and important part of that address, I think. And he's asking the question about if gorillas and chimpanzees and cetaceans have culture, why shouldn't Naledi have culture? And I think that's absolutely essential to the whole question. Would you agree?
Absolutely. So when he talks like that, it sounds like he's already bursting, you know, to come out with stuff which he already knows about. So I'm sure there's stuff going to be coming out soon.
It looks as though that, well, he said that book is now available.
Yeah, I'm
certainly
try and get hold of it.
The book is available, and there's a Netflix program based on the book.
Thanks, Terry.
No, we'll have to go and try and find that. It must be out by now.
Well, it says there that all good bookstores should have. I think Lee said that. And so I shall definitely approach my daughter and say, if you don't have it,
you've got a family member with a bookstore.
Yeah.
You better place some orders.
If she doesn't have it, then she's going to have to get it. Otherwise, she's not a good bookstore, right?
Mm. Okay, who've we lost? There were 9 originally, since 2 gone. I saw a couple joining in during the discussion. I don't know if you saw that, Peter. They've also gone.
Yeah, we had late joiners, Krista Conan.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There's another Jacques van Delft. He was there. Pat joined us a bit late, but she's still with us. Hello, Pat.
Hi there.
All right.
I think that's about it.
Anybody with questions? We'll put you in touch with Terry Thompson, who will ask Lee Berger. Laura, any questions? Comments?
No, not really. It's all very interesting, but yeah, I'm not one who questions actually.
All right, thanks everybody very much for your attendance. I found this video very interesting. There was an interesting article recently on culture myths that were exploded on cultures from 7,000-8,000 years ago, and interactions between people from Africa and people from the Fertile Crescent, the sort of Babylonian Tigris area, and so on. If anybody's interested in that, maybe I'll send that to Peter and see what he thinks about it. But it's yeah, there's new stuff coming out all the time. Maybe I'll find that quickly and share it and just show it to you. Let me find it quickly. Let's see, where's study group, astronomy. Come on. Study group.
Derek, while you're looking,
Yeah.
Could we have an update on the James Webb from someone? There seems to be so much happening.
Okay, well, one of the
fantastic to
attendants
have
this evening was Peter Kotzer. I don't know if he's still here, but he's going to give a talk on Friday, I think, or was it next week?
Yeah, that's correct. Friday it is, on the 1st at 10 o'clock at U3A. I did send out a note to all membership about it.
Okay, I've got this. I'm just going to share it quickly. Hit my share button. Come on. Share. Not that one. That one. All right. So this is the article. Anybody interested in reading this? So I can just email it to Peter and he can forward it to the attendees.
Yeah, I would be interested in seeing that, Sandy.
Okay.
I'll send it to all these attendees, all tonight's attendees.
Okay, I'll send this to you. This is obviously a much more recent time period, but I think, you know, the fact that they're talking about myths being exploded with this new science, I think it's worth reading. It's all about, yeah, you know, it makes complete sense when you read it. There was a lot more interaction between Africa and the rest of the world quite long ago than people previously thought. I think that's the crux of it.
I mean, those little huts, you know, the little thatch huts and that, is that real or is that just artistic?
An artistic impression, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think they would have been able to build places like that with those shapes.
The recent study shows that the advent of the Neolithic era in North Africa was influenced by a blend of African hunter-gatherers, European farmers, and Near Eastern pastoralists.
Yeah.
So that's the crux of the article.
Yeah. But there's no ways they would have constructed dwellings as sophisticated as that. Not a chance.
You hear what Lee Berger was saying? Be careful of using the phrase "no ways" that they did this and did that.
Yeah, but it's unlikely. Then I would rather say that.
No, we underestimate the ancient people sometimes. In fact, some people say there were a million years ago, 5 million years ago, there were some very advanced civilizations around. There are artifacts found in rocks that are dated at a couple of million years old, which look like very complex machinery. You know, how do you explain that sort of thing?
Yeah, I saw those. I often wonder, what do they make of it? I mean, yeah, there are quite a few of those, you know, the computer and the axe.
Antikythera, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, people, thanks very much for attending.
Good night.
Stop that share, and good evening, and thanks for your attendance.
And thanks very much for
Thanks,
being
Derek.
here, Derek. It was actually excellent. Very good.
Terry, are you then going to try and contact Lee sometime and get back to us?
I'll be on to him in the next couple of days, and I'll just try and find a way of, I think, as you say, even if it's just a Zoom interaction, that'll be better than nothing.
Yeah, even if it's a short one, you know. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Thanks, Terry. Okay. Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, Eric.
Got that, Terry.
Thanks, everyone. Food for thought.
All right.
Good night, Bill.